Hello there, it's me again, and this video I want to talk about it's kind of like, I want to be talking about like Asperger's again and everything, but it's kind of like the last video I did, but I just want to talk about this video is going to be like the struggles that I myself face. I mean, I'm talking about myself, not everyone else, but I'm going to put them into different kinds of categories. Like the first thing that I struggle with is like communication, things like that. I've never been good at communicating with people, and I've never really been good at talking with, like, if I'm just like with people I know, sometimes it's really hard to talk to them because I just feel uncomfortable. There's just something in me just makes it feel like I don't want to do it. Sometimes it's alright, sometimes it's not. A second thing is because of the level of because of how it affects my life. It affects my. I mean, about 10 years ago, I went to they call an organisation called MenCap, and one of their programs is to help disabled people to find employment and find work and stuff like that. Now, I did that, and I went to like different. What happened was that they put me on work placements just to see how I did, and the way it worked was I did one, which was at Morrison's, and one was at Wilkinson's. So both of these work placements, like the first, it was 4 weeks, and the first 2 weeks they had like a support worker there just to basically, if you struggle to do anything, they could just remind you or something like that. But what happened was the last 2 weeks the support worker would go away just to see how you could manage on your own. So they did that with me, and after the support worker went away, I struggled to do the job. I was doing things wrong. I wasn't understanding what I was told to do. I was meant to do things without knowing about it. I was struggling to, sometimes I couldn't really. I was having to do 2 jobs at once, and I couldn't really understand what I was being told, what to do here and there, and it was quite difficult because the support worker wasn't there to remind me or anything like that. So and this happened on both work placements. So because of that, I had to stop it because I was getting frustrated with it all, and I've not really. I mean, I've not really had a job because I've struggled too much because of it all. I do stuff. I do a music course, which is basically like once every week. It's all I can do but that's all I can do. I'm trying to do other things as well because I don't. Thing is, although it affects my ability to be able to work, I'll try and be as productive as I can because I don't want to just feel like I've not contributed anything to society. I like to try and do things. So that's a huge problem with Asperger's. Well, in my own case, I know there's people with Asperger's who are able to work, but it affects people differently, and that's what people don't understand. People think that just because you can move your arms and legs and you can talk all right, you're able to work. But developmental disorders can be just as disabling, and it does my head in when people come out and attack people, like say call you a scrounger and stuff like that, and it's just rubbish. The third thing I want to talk about is things like relationships and friendships and stuff like that. I don't really have any friends. The friends I do have are on Facebook and on the internet. I don't really socialise much because of my difficulties. My personality kind of puts people off because the stuff I'm interested in, which I'll be going into a bit further on as I do more videos on this channel, but my personality puts people off. Sometimes when I'm like going on, if I talk about something I'm interested in, and I start talking about it, what happens is I stay on that subject and then I can't stop talking about it because I just can't stop talking about it, and people just get bored, or they just don't want to be around me. So I can't help that either. So I put people off. Relationships, you know, all my life, I've never had a girlfriend in my life, but for obvious, I'm not going to go into any too much detail. But let's put it like this: I think that in this day and age, someone like me with Asperger's, it's not very attractive to women at all. You know, I don't think most women today are attracted to that kind of guy. You know, I mean, even though I try and, you know, everything. When I was in college and school and that, and when I was, and all the over the past, I'd say, I don't know, well, up to the last few years, you know, I've tried to. But again, it's the social skills as well. I mean, you know, that's a problem. But at the end of the day, if I told a girl, "Oh, I've got Asperger's and I'm unable to work and I struggle with things and you know, I've got an obsession with this, that, and the other," I don't think they're going to hang around. I think they're just going to run away. So I think that, you know, I mean, it's hard, especially in this day and age. You know, there's so much stuff that you know, it's. I don't know. I really don't know. I'll make a separate video about that. But you know, I mean, I've never had a girlfriend in my life, and to be honest, I don't think I will, because of the way, you know, it just seems to. A lot of women today just seem to have very high standards. I don't really have any high standards. I mean, as long as it's somebody who's understanding and caring, and you know, they don't have to be very attractive. Somebody who looks attractive, which is fine. I mean, looks aren't everything, but somebody who's kind and understanding and affectionate, that's fine. I'm not bothered about that. But you know, I've been on dating sites in the past, and they're just lists of endless expectations. You know, they're looking for a man who can work with a good income, someone who's father and husband material, and it's just very, very, very difficult to find somebody along the lines of what I've just described. And the final thing I want to talk about is what else? The final thing I wanted to talk about was things like anxiety and stuff like that. But you know, I've talked about that in earlier videos that I've done. But I do suffer with anxiety a lot. If you know, it's something I can't control, and well, that's about it really. So that's all I want to talk about in this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you like and subscribe, and take care.